Today is September 23rd, 2025, and the time is 9:19. And we are at Bossier Parish Maximum Security Facility. All right. So let's see. Mr. Guthrie, will you please introduce yourself and with your DOC number for the record, please? Oh, you're on mute, sir.
Norman Guthrie, 384459.
Okay, so your revocation is going to be handled by me today. So I'm going to read out your rule violation. Number 2, you failed to report to your parole officer for the months of March, April, June, August, September, October, November, December of 2024, January, February, March, April, and May of 2025. How do you plead? Guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay, and is that going to be with a statement later?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, rule violation number 3. On May 2024, you provided your supervising officer with an address at 1120 Crestwell. However, you were not residing there. You failed to gain permission prior to make any change in your address. Guilty, not guilty, or guilty with a statement?
Not guilty with a statement.
Okay. You committed the offense of theft of a motor vehicle fuel, which is a misdemeanor, for which you were arrested by the Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office on or about 3/30/2024 or 5/6/2024. You pled guilty to the theft under $300 in Bossier, number 251095, and was sentenced to time served. That's correct?
That is correct, but that charge, it was before I was even on parole. It was things from, yes.
Okay. I'll write that down.
Yes.
Okay, you failed to obtain employment or provide any proof of attempting to do so. That's rule violation number 6.
I'm disabled.
So do you get it, are you guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay. Okay, number 9. Rule violation number 9, resident visits were made impossible as you absconded supervision, making your whereabouts unknown.
Not guilty.
Okay. And you failed to pay supervision fees as instructed and you are currently $1,890 in arrears.
Not guilty.
All right. So I'm going to read here what was found concerning those at the preliminary hearing and the reason that you were brought in.
Yes, ma'am.
It is the finding of the hearing officer that probable cause does exist to believe that Norman Guthrie violated the conditions of supervision based upon the testimony of his current parole officer and statements made by Mr. Norman. On probation condition number 2, probable cause was found. Even allowing time in Arkansas, he still did not report to his parole officer since August of 2024. Condition number 3, probable cause was found. Norman admitted to not reporting to his parole officers or his whereabouts, and then said he was sending text messages and emails, but admitted he never had gotten any reply. He also admitted to reporting to the district office to fill out the change of address. On condition number 4, probable cause was found, and he was found guilty to the charge and sentenced to fine with jail time. On condition number 6, probable cause was found. Norman admitted to not looking for employment, stated he was disabled, but also admitted to having been denied twice for SSI benefits. On condition number 9, probable cause was found. He failed to report to Shreveport District Office and submit his monthly supervision report of his whereabouts. On condition number 9, probable cause was found. While Norman wants to claim he was on inactive status, no request was ever submitted. His prior approved residence is a sober living house. He admits to staying on it for one day, then one day at the Christian Development Center, and then 10 days at the Salvation Army. He admitted to not notifying his parole officer of his whereabouts, and a warrant was issued on November 19th, 2024. On condition number 10, probable cause was found. He admitted to not paying his supervision fees. Hearing was concluded. Mr. Guthrie will be held without bond pending the decision of this parole board. So you heard the decision of the preliminary hearing.
Yes, I didn't understand that that was a preliminary hearing. That was just me and my parole officer talking.
Well,
But I understand. I understand now. Yes.
you did have a preliminary hearing, correct?
No, I had no idea I've ever had a preliminary hearing. I was talking to my parole officer, and there was another woman in there. Nobody told me that that was a preliminary hearing.
So everything that I just said was true?
Absolutely not. Not even remotely close.
So tell me your truth.
Okay, I have a copy of the violations that you wrote to me. Have read off to me. Right here, as you'll go to condition number 2, where it says I will the whole year of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first off, skip down to condition number 4, where you'll see where I was incarcerated in Bossier for the March, April, and June. But up in condition number 2, they're saying that I didn't report for the whole year of 2004. Let me run through the whole year of 2024, where I can tell you, first off, for the record, I have never missed a report whatsoever. We are in an electronic age. Through my chief parole officer was Officer David Kerr. Me and him had a great rapport. And I reported with him mainly electronic, either through Google Meet, text message, or over the phone. Very few times was I asked to go in to do a monthly report. So let's make that perfectly clear. So for the whole year of 2024, over 9 months of that, I was incarcerated for charges that stemmed before I was released on parole in the state of Louisiana. I was on parole in the state of Arkansas until the end of 2024. In Louisville, Arkansas, I had a 15 years charge for a second-degree battery. I got released in 2011. In 2019, I caught these charges here in Bossier Parish, but I was on parole till 2024. When I got released in 2022, my parole officer and the parole officer in Arkansas did not collaborate together, so I was doing 2 parole sentences simultaneously. And
So, let's go back to, you were sentenced in Arkansas for this crime.
Yes, ma'am, in 2007.
Huh?
In 2007.
Well, what does that have to do with 2024 then?
I was still on parole when I got out. All right. So unbeknownst to me, my parole were not ran together. So I got incarcerated, and I was in CCC, and I was in Bossier Max, and I was extradited from Bossier Max back to Arkansas for all of these months that they're saying that I didn't report for the 2024. It's blatantly a lie, and I have proof. Yes, I was incarcerated for 9 months of the 2024. When I got released, someone from a sober living house in Shreveport, Louisiana, drove down to Arkansas and picked me up from the Arkansas jail and brought me in. I came to a sober living house. His name was Lee Hartman, and the sober living house was One Way Ministries. He drove and picked me because I had no one to pick me up. Now, I did not have a parole hold on me for the state of Louisiana. I came to this sober living house, and that was in, let me see here, March, April, and June. All right. I was incarcerated here in Bossier Max for the theft of motor vehicle fuel, which what it was a State Farm insurance. I called State Farm Insurance, roadside assistance, and someone brought me some fuel. There was a mix-up, and they charged me for theft of motor vehicle fuel because I didn't pay for the roadside assistance. Anyway, that stemmed before I was even released on parole in the state of Louisiana. Okay, so you can see that they're saying that I didn't report for those months. I was incarcerated. in July, I went to Webster Parish for a 2017 ticket. From there, I was released to Cresswell Avenue, which was Mr. Keith Slabaugh. He's the pastor here. I was released to his from September, October, November, and December. I reported to Mr. Kerr, and he put me a recommendation for inactive status.
Okay, listen, let's just time out on that. Okay,
Yes,
I'm going to go back to the theft. Okay, and it said that you pled guilty to theft under $300 in Bossier. And you
that
were
is correct.
sentenced to time served. Are they lying now about that?
Absolutely not. But I pled guilty, but this charges stem before.
Okay, so we got one you pled guilty to. Okay, right?
I'm not pleading guilty to the charge that I caught this charge while I was on probation. I mean, on parole. I did not. This charge seems from 2017.
I'm not going to go any further with this. This is just round robin, really. All right, so it's got here that you pled guilty to theft under $300, Bossier City, and number 251095, and you were sentenced to time served, and that's number 4. You committed the offense of theft of motor vehicle fuel. You're saying, the insurance company brought it to you, and somehow or another you got charged with that. I don't know. I don't see how that's even possible. But you did plead guilty. So you're saying today you're not guilty, but you pled guilty and you got sentenced to it.
It has absolutely nothing to do with my parole. It was before I was even put
It has
on.
everything to do with your parole, because you're not supposed to break the law when you're on parole.
I wasn't on parole in the state of Louisiana, Mel. When this charge was arrested, I had a detainer on me for years. I've been incarcerated. When I got out, my parole officer didn't know about it. And so I got arrested, and when I pled
guilty to executive session. Do I have a second? Okay, we're going to go into executive session to discuss confidential matters. And the time is 9:32.
Yes, because I didn't get arrested for this charge while I was on parole.
Yes.
You gonna do?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Okay, the board is back in session and the time is 9:52. We're going to continue this hearing at a later date because we're going to send it back to the officer, the report back to the officer for further clarification. And that concludes this hearing at Bossier Maximum.
Miss Carolyn, excuse me.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Madam Chairman, do we need a vote on that?
Okay, I'm voted to continue, and yes, we do need to vote. I'm sorry.
Okay. That's I concur. Vote to continue.
My vote is also to continue this case for clarification.
How long will it be continued?
I don't know. You will be notified. And we're logging out at Bossier, and the time is 9:53.
Norman Clay Guthrie, age 46. 5 years ago, according to the Webster Parish Sheriff's Office, inmate Norman Clay Guthrie Jr. stole a work truck from the Webster Parish School Board after walking off a detail Monday. He later ditched the vehicle at the truck stop off Interstate 20 in Houghton and was picked up by an unnamed person. Marshals tracked Guthrie overnight and were involved in the high-speed chase. He apparently tried to use a vehicle to run over officers. They shot him to halt the vehicle. Guthrie became upset yesterday after learning his release date wasn't until March. He was under the impression that he'd be released much sooner. Guthrie was serving time for aggravated battery, domestic abuse and battery, theft of a vehicle and failure to appear in court. He was shot in the shoulder and is expected to survive, unfortunately. Just kidding.
Hey there, friend, do me a favor. Click that thumbs up, be my savior. This channel's drowning, can't you see? They're suppressing every move, but we've got nothing to lose. Hit the bell. stay. They're pushing me down, I'm rising higher. Light me up like a wildfire. Hit the vids, don't let it fade. Hit thumbs up, I'll make my day. Subscribe and ring that bell right now. Let's show 'em all I won't back down. YouTube's cold, but you're my spark. Shine a light in all this dark. Leave a comment, make your mark. They can't hold me, I'm breaking free. With your help, we'll rewrite history. Hit the vids, don't let it fade. Hit thumbs up, I'll make my day. Subscribe and ring that bell right now. Let's show 'em all I won't back down. Lost in the tangle of yes and no. A mirror cracked, but it still shows. Round and round, where do I go? Truth is dancing, spinning lies. Catch it quick before it flies. Ba-ba-da, my head's a maze, oh la-di-da. Cognitive dissonance can't make sense. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da. Walking the line between black and white. The sun feels cold, the moon too bright. A tug of war with wrong and right. Up is down, the sideways sway. Hold my hand, don't drift away. Ba-ba-da, my heart's a mess, oh la-di-da. Cognitive dissonance can't make sense. Ba-ba-da-dum, ba-ba-ba-da. You tilt your head just so it lands, like a perfect shot from steady hands. Your smile's a play, rehearsed, refined, a calculated move to steal my mind. I see the strings you think are hidden. Your script's too tight, the seams forbidden. You're too good at this role, too smooth to lose control. Every line you say feels like a deja vu play. Every reaction, an notion preconceived. It's your game, but I don't believe. Your pause is perfect like clockwork, a charm so sharp